Now the One are taking us to Towers of Doom, and this, in my opinion, is potentially a mistake, because as we've mentioned before, Sunny Lion fight best from in the corner and on maps where they can come back. This is the ultimate comeback map.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That is going to be very interesting to watch now. Now, I'm pretty sure the One has something prepared for us. This potentially could be a good Illidan map. I'm just throwing it out there. Illidan, always a factor to be considered when you've got Hugo in one of the teams. And, well, I'm not saying that it's definitely going to be the case. It could be a surprising last or penultimate pick here. They've done it in the past, and I'm pretty sure they could work around it once more.
I'd like to see it. I would very much like to see it, but going to have to wait and see on that. It is interesting how Illidan has now joined the ranks of just such rarely picked heroes.
Yeah.
Let's test the classic question. Which hero who is picked very rarely would you like to see more? Or at all in some cases?
In China, it would definitely be Stitches. I think Stitches, whenever he pops up, he gets work done. We saw that yesterday when the One was actually tying things out against SPT, the 3-time champion, with said Stitches. The hooks were real. The wave clear cannot be underestimated either on maps like Tomb, for example, on maps like Infernal. If you go full slam build, I think he's just such a powerhouse that can be comboed off and made work with so many different heroes in different compositions. Just think of Medivh as well. Medivh's so strong at the moment. Guess what? Portal Gorge is still pretty damn strong.
Yeah, and if there's going to be a map for it, this could actually be a pretty reasonable map to go for. So would not be too surprised for that. I kind of dig that Stitches choice. I'm personally a man who's still waiting for Gaslow to have his time in the meta and everyone to get upset about it. But let's be honest.
What about your girl Sylvanas?
Everyone wants to be... I love Sylvanas, but I think she's in a pretty decent place. I wouldn't mind like a couple changes, like maybe lower her building CC time and raise her damage, make her more viable in regular team fights. But I would like to see Gaslow because I want to be the first caster who gets to yell out Gravo Bomb 3000. As a call in a fight where someone gets the wombo combo. Everyone wants that. As we see Greymane getting picked up. Response, Genji and Uther straight away here. Not even Malfurion, not even Stukov, not even Alexstrasza. Just straight for the Uther.
Straight for the Uther. That yells, that cries out for a Meng carry game. Meng was probably like, all right, you know what? I'm feeling it. Let's do this. Pick me the Uther already. Because we all know how strong Meng's Genji can be. Probably, you know what? I'm going to say the second best in the league. Guess who took the first spot? It used to be the best one, in my opinion. But now we have a new Genji King.
LDC, I assume. So
I think it's... Oh my goodness, we actually have 3 godlike players. I totally forgot about him. But it's actually Alufo. I think his Genji yesterday was through the roof.
I would not argue with that, and I think anyone who would is a fool, as we see a Nubarak getting picked up to go with this Greymane. Very dive-heavy to begin with, and then Malfurion. Good follow-up on dive. Roots for the follow-up CC, and even if he's able to get in range, a lovely Twilight Dream.
With that Malfurion, I would have loved to see a Stitches. We're getting a little bit on that Stitches hype train, but it could have comboed off so well. However, Anubarak, definitely a good target, especially against the Genji. He drops the Dragon Blade, going all amped up, but there comes a white goo getting thrown at you and wrapping around you, and you can no longer cast the Dragon Blade unless it gets destroyed. So already, speaking of Cocoon shredding, it wouldn't actually surprise me to maybe see a Li Ming with Disintegrate or some sort of fast attacking auto attack hero like Tychus, for example. Even a Tassadar would make sense here if they go for a ranged carry. Let's see what they're going to come up with.
I like it. There goes Malthael as the ban. Do you want to hear one of my spoilers? Because we're for a couple weeks' time. We are going to see a Rise and Stitches play because Phoenix is in the game, and I think Putrid Bile Phoenix combo is personally is one of my thoughts on the meta in the future is going to be incredibly overpowered. Well, not overpowered, but incredibly hard to deal with.
That is a very good point. I definitely support that thing with Phoenix becoming part of the meta, or potentially becoming part of the meta, which I think he will because he looks pretty damn strong. We're also going to see a potential Rise in variant because guess what? Shattering Throw at level 13, you activate it, and boom! All those Phoenix shields are gone.
Kel'Thuzad, strip shields, thank you. You must pledge allegiance to the Lich Lord. Alliance means nothing in the grand scheme. Speaking of the grand scheme, Zeratul currently being hovered as a ban here. That would be interesting. A Genji Zeratul. I don't think we've ever seen that combo, or at least haven't seen it in many months.
All right. So now I'm really curious to see which pick Lucky is going to go for on the side of the one. Is it going to be that Li Ming? Not sure if he actually played it in the past, but he's definitely a mage expert. He plays a lot of Jaina, plays a lot of Falstad. While Falstad isn't technically speaking like a pure mage, he still has elements of a mage in his kit. So maybe we're going to see the Li Ming to shred those cocoons after all. The Zeratul pick is very interesting here, by the way. Zeratul, of course, living through a little bit of a renaissance, coming in here with a VP W build. Yeah. Quite strong at the moment.
What is the translation of renaissance, by the way? Is it like... Oh, okay, we'll talk about this.
I'd say like a rebirth.
Really want the answer to this. Yeah, it's a rebirth. That was it. I thought it was... I was thinking reawakening or rebirth, and I wanted to see if you knew which one. So, good to know. As we see Abathur coming in. This explains the focus onto the Genji, because they were committed to this. It's a fantastic map for Abathur, and they've given themselves a wonderful hat target as well in the form of Arthur. So far, everything about this comp works, and everything about this comp is terrifying.
Yeah, definitely true. So as you said, Arthur's definitely one of the warriors that benefits of a Genji, of an Abathur more than others. I would argue that he's probably one of the best ones in the game on that warrior role. And even an Arthur's copy can be so scary, especially if you have a hero like Greymane in the team. What are you going to do? You're already struggling against one Arthur's. What are you going to do against two? Two heroes that can now slow you down, that can cripple your attack speed. That is so important for you in Worgen form. So I love the adjustment coming out here from the one. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm calling this right now. I'm not sure if it's going to happen, but never underestimate an Abathur copy. Double support with Abathur can be very scary.
Good. It is pretty good, and it's happening! It's the Illidan into Tychus. They've baited away the focus. Leoric coming in is just like, oh, it's going to be double tank, and I can shred the Arthurs. Nope! Surprise Illidan! And the one are going back to their roots, and I can't not vote for them now.
You can't not vote for them. I love it. The
double negatives, everybody.
No, I totally agree. I'm with you. I'm on the hype train of the one right now. That is the classic draft. The most the one draft we could have hoped for with Abathur, Genji. The Genji already distracting so much and causing so much attention onto him that if you leave the Illidan alone, Hugo is going to take all your candy. And if you do it the other way around, Meng is going to do the same thing either. So in the way you put it, you're not going to go home with any candy.
I mean, what do they have to deal with this? They have a Nubarak for CC, which is nice. Tychus can kinda kite. Tychus might have to go Dragon Laser just to have any chance here. That's kind of up to Malfurion to Root and Twilight Dream. Honestly, looking at the comp of Sunny Lion, there's only one thing I've got to say about it, and that is they are not prepared.
No, I totally agree with you, Tetra. Like, this has to be a laser game. Laser provides two things against the comp that the one has. We're going to talk about that later because we want to introduce those teams once again. And in the blue trunks on the left-hand side, it is currently the team that is down 0-1, the Sunny Lions, with Pau and Malfurion, Jaina on that Tychus, Feet B on Greymane, Wildlight plays Leoric, and first is representing the Beetle, the Anurak.
And on the right-hand side, in the red trunks, currently 0-1 up. It is going to be the one with Hugo on the Illidan, Lucky on the Abathur, Meng on the Genji, ZJZ on the Abathur, and Hehe is playing the Arthurs. And you have no idea how happy several of those names and hero combos made me feel.
Definitely true. Now, once again, back to this Dragon Laser thingy that we were talking about. I think it has to be the go-to heroic ability choice for two reasons. A, the laser can be used as a zoning tool against Illidan. Doesn't care about evasion. It's pure ability damage. Could always provide that pesky, annoying damage tool that prevents Illidan from going ham onto your backline. Second, while the laser is up, Tychus can still use minigun. And against Arthas, that is oftentimes crucial. You want to get as much minigun value as possible to stop him from doing things he wants to do. Uh-oh, Pau's in the wrong spot. See you later, alligator. There was nowhere for him to go. Should have been more aware of where the enemy team could be. I mean, those early gank setups in the bottom lane are definitely something that so many teams are doing right now to interrupt rotations, to find unaware targets like that Malfurion. Well done by the one, and shame on Pau for this one time.
Yeah, that is an easy kill picked up. That is the kind of threat you can be up against when you're against an Arthas. Arthas quite easy to avoid dying to in lane due to the fact that his CC is actually relatively predictable and relatively easy to dodge. But when he is ganking, he's very scary because the unexpected Arthas is the deadliest. And once he's got his sights on you, once he's landed at least one bit of CC, very hard to escape him.
All right, looks like the one takes this Merc camp uncontested. Look at Hugo, actually no respect whatsoever, diving deep into the enemy team's backline, causing a little bit of damage here. 1, 2, 3 mercenaries connecting. That is one tower. Nice chunk of bonus experience here. And keep in mind, guys, the longer the one keeps Sunny Lions busy as 5, the more value an Abathur can get in there with a double soak. So Leoric is back in action now in the top lane, trying to maybe find a slugger on the road. But now Illidan, look at how fast he's clearing these off, actually ignoring the mercenaries now because he realizes there's a kill to be taken.
More than one, as Jada is going to be taken down. They're looking for feed B as well, but nice dodge by Greymane. He will survive, so yeah, it does actually make it only into one kill. But yeah, this is the Illidan of the one. This is why it's so scary, and I love that they're still willing to bring this out when it's least expected. Yeah,
I mean, every hero, every player on the side of the one is literally playing a comfort pick right now. Arthas is nuts. And he seems to be having a good day today in general. Like, that Muradin in the first game was absolutely crazy. Then, of course, we have the infamous Hugo Illidan. We see Meng on the Ganjo, one of the best in the league. And even, you know, Lucky on that Abathur seems to be having a blast. And Uther, there's only so much you can do wrong on that hero with DJZ looking really good. So I love the maximum combo, the maximum comfort combo from the one.
As we have here, the bigger they are coming in for Tychus, as Pal takes a little bit of damage. This time Genji not able to land all the shurikens, not able to lock them down enough for the kill. And this is going to be a focus onto ZJZ, but he tags through it. He keeping pressure onto Tychus, sorry, as first barely survives.
Wow.
That might be enough for ZJZ to begin an attempt of the channel, as Illidan is also on the way, making this into a 5v5.
He's slowing down feed B. Nice. Easy kill from Meng. First actually diving in. He might regret that poor choice decision here. The shield and the heal from Malfrina is going to be enough. No, the shurikens take him out. Jaina falling next to her. The onslaught is real. Triple kill. Make that a quad kill against Sunny Lion, and the one are on a rampant Tetcher. Who's going to stop these guys from taking everything away from the Sunny Lions?
And he even lived. Uther was able to heal him at the very last second. ZJZ keeping him alive and giving him the chance to escape. Abathur was body soaking through this entire thing. This literally could not have gone better unless they were able to raid the enemy camp. And that's absurd to think about. That's too much of a lead. Too difficult to do at this early stage in the game. And as such, the one, they are massively ahead now. Almost a full level at 4 minutes.
Absolutely crushing their opponents right now. No line treats here in this game up to this point. Let's see if they can come back, though. As we said earlier, level 10 is going to be a significant power spike for Sunny Lane. They're going to get access to Cocoon, which could be huge to stop the Arthas, stop the Illidan, stop the Genji, depending on whoever poses to be the biggest threat. Then we're going to have Tychus potentially going for the laser, which could also be a nice defense tool here. So, yeah, let's not, you know, forget about the Lions just yet, but that early game clearly belongs to the one.
Yeah, the potential game of Sleeping Lions coming in here, but in the game of Sleeping Lions, eventually the Lion wakes up. As we see Sunny Lion holding the line for the moment, haven't lost any bell towers. That's the important thing for comeback. Holding the Lion, hey! Having to be forced back. He is very outnumbered here. This is giving the rest of the one a chance to try and push in this bot lane. Look for this bell tower, have a pretty decent minion wave with it, and this will be the perfect lane for them due to where the next two altars are.
All right, first at this point must feel so bully because Meng's shurikens and the Genji on top of him oftentimes chunk so much health away from him. Look at Hugo. He doesn't even care. It's 2 for 1. He's got the evasion running as well. Abathur's going to help him out. 1 for 2. Easy peasy.
Abathur, shield is down and Hugo gets out. I mean, I think he actually could have won that fight, but he decides against it, decides to play it safe. Backs up while his team takes all 10 shots as they did take bottom bell tower. A huge lead going over to the one. Wow. 22 to 36 right now in their favor.
The bottom bell tower, of course, had been taken previously as well, although the one is missing one body in the early game with Abathur, now no longer because of copies. they were able to overrule and to override everything that Sunny Lion was trying to do here in that game. And now things are only going to start getting from bad to worse here with Divine Shield, Dragon Blade, Metamorphosis. We see the copy. That is going to be so much for the Sunny Lions to deal with unless they get their level 10s ASAP.
Yeah, Illidan responding to the very recent Hunt nerf, aka reducing the sound effect, which is a big nerf because it's a fun ability with the sound effect. As Dragon Blade Divine Shield is fun. Have you heard of combos that are good? Because this is one of them. Pow and Greymane get taken out, and the one just continue to snowball ahead, even looking to try and kill off first here as they ping him with shurikens from multiple angles, looking for the kill with the Abathur copy. Very low. Could Meng do it? Meng could do it. He can get in range. Oh my god, he's going for it. No, he can't see him. Can't see him, no vision.
No balls. I thought he would go for it.
I mean, if he didn't get the reset, he would have absolutely died. But, I mean, actually, yeah, I'm very glad he did it because if he died there, his opponents would have got so much comeback XP.
By the way, I'm pretty sure that this number means takedowns in his career. So we
or
probably...
in the new career, I guess this would be.
Yeah, so we do have a nice mark, a nice milestone here hit by ZJZ. Congratulations on your 100th takedown. Well played, well played.
As we see Hugo finding another target. Leoric, you'd think normally Leoric has a chance to escape, but Illidan. And the Twilight Dream is dodged by Metamorphosis. Hugo gets away from first, and this is just a massacre right now. 10 kills to 0. They keep pushing in. Down goes Feed B. First is the target. Finally, they kill off Illidan, but first will die as well. Separated shields. Oh no, they're still going to get him. Yeah. Shields are high. Root is landed. And they kill him off as well. But that's still 13 kills, potentially 14 to get Jaina, which they do. 14 kills to 1 in favor of the one at the 8-minute mark.
Yeah, and for the first time in his life, Genji's not going to cry out for more healing because that was definitely going well, but he needs more mana to chase people down into the death zone. The bottom bell tower reconquered, regained by the one. They only lost 4 core HP, and they dropped another 5 onto the blue core. Down to 13 it goes. The Sunny Lions, time is running out for them. They are a team that can always come back, and with that kill against Illidan, they actually, for the first time, managed to get some value in a team fight. The Dragon Laser Drill definitely doing work there, but they are going to have to win every single engagement from now on. Look at Hugo. Where does he go? He's going in for the Greymane. Probably reinforced here by Abathur any given moment. There it goes. Can Greymane get out of harm's way? I don't think he can.
Greymane playing with vision a little bit. Nicely done. Playing with vision, using the push to avoid at least a couple hits until his Walking form was back off cooldown because he'd used it already for the camp clear. And then being able to use those eyes in the dark to escape. Arthur's popping out the cocoon. They're pushing forward, looking for Pow here. But this time, Pow makes it behind the gate. Level 13 to level 12. Level 14 now to level 12. But right now, Sunny Lion, they're beginning to not stabilize, but they're beginning to look a little bit safer. They seem to be... they don't appear to be tilting, which is a really good sign for them. No,
definitely true. And I think for that next altar phase, we're going to have another Cocoon. Cocoon sitting on a rather low cooldown anyways. He needs to be careful. He's tanky Arthas after all, but still, even with the ghouls, focus damage could be real. There we go.
Twilight Dream once again dodged by Hugo, but here's the laser, Dragon Blade Divine Shield, and sometimes the combo just works as you see them shred through everyone. The laser is trying to focus Hugo, but it's not going to do anything if all your damage dealers are dead. First, the only survivor leads for freedom. Help me keep as he runs all the way back to his death zone, just trying to stay and keep ready to stay alive. Drops the cocoon, but he goes down.
Meng and Hugo, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for that Genji and Meng Illidan terror. Like, there's no other word to describe it. We're going to get to see it again even. Although Arthas died, although he was a little bit too aggressive here, look at that Divine Dragon Blade. Fantastic value. One swipe after the other, slicing and dicing his way in and out, in and out. And then, of course, it was Hugo's, Abathur's, and Genji's easy call to clean that mess up. Not even a Nubrek could escape that call.
Hugo has dodged every single Twilight Dream. Every single one with Metamorphosis. That's such a huge deal to turn these fights around. And of course, Uther right before he dies with that Divine Shield onto Genji, keeping Genji alive. If Genji had gone down, then if Genji hadn't got the Dragon Blade off or had been interrupted, that would have meant the Assassins would have lived, which meant they would have been able to turn around with the Dragon Blade. Everything, the Dragon Laser Drill, everything went right for the one there, and they even pick up yet another kill, 20-3.
Yeah, and at this point, I think first on that Unibreak must be like, what am I gonna do? Like, I just can't do anything. Illidan shreds me no matter how much healing I get, no matter how many shields I use. There's just nothing that the old Beetle can do to survive for a little bit longer. The attack speed coming in from Abathur that he provides onto Genji, onto Illidan is just too much to deal with, especially when you have a sustained support like Malfurion who struggles to land those big healing numbers. And Uther maybe would have done so much more, but as it is, not even the Death Zone protects the Sunny Lions from their demise if they face the one. And this bottom Meltar, it just can't be recaptured. 16 is here, only 8 shots or 8 HP left on the core. This is
about to be 4.
About to be 4.
Illidan is sneaking the boss, and no one is doing anything about it because they don't even know.
Leoric doesn't even know. He's unaware. Maybe they could have anticipated it because only 3 members are pushing. I think Leoric is about to find out now.
1v1 or 2v1 because Abathur's just going to show up. Tychus is on the way. They're going to fight this. They're going to try and defend it. They're on the way. Everyone from both teams is actually on the way there. Jaina, they steal it. They steal the shots. Killing off Illidan. They get it. They are actually able to get it. Arthas is in the cocoon here. He should be the target. Twilight Dream immediately, but a Divine Shield straight onto Genji as Dragon Blade comes out. The clone on the Genji as they get reset, shredding through. Twilight survives though. They're looking for Arthas as Arthas kills a Malfurion. He dropping low. Brainmaid getting fruited. Leaps in for the kill. There's so many low members of the one, but that's all they need. If they can stay alive, that is it as first gets taken out. Easily enough shots for the one to win the game.
Tetcher, are you kidding me? Meng and Lucky, the double Genji, the GG, if you will, Genji. That is definitely going to be the seal of the game here. They're taking out Sunny Lion in this best of 2. There's no way they can recuperate from this. 3 altars, that is the best case scenario. But Illidan with a noble sacrifice, baiting all these abilities onto himself, only for Meng to take the show here and become what most likely the game's MVP.
Shots fired on the core, and that is GG. The one takes a solid 2-0, bodying their opponents there, and they will take the solid 2 points, moving themselves